Hi, hello everybody. This is John and Vinnie talking about what we got from the library. We borrowed from the library today. This is the Rolling Meadows Library in Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Uh, they have quite a few audio books on CDs, so Vinnie will pick out 10 or more to listen to. This one is the classic collection by Louisa May Alcott, Little Women. It's a classic. Tales of the Fourth Grade Nothing by Judy Blume, read by the author. Um, it's 3 discs. Uh, Louisa May Alcott's Little Women was 16 discs. You find that they might be longer if they're describing a lot more of the story. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is 17 discs. It's performance by Jim Dale. He does all the voices. Uh, it's pretty true to the movie. The movie was based on this, but it's an exciting story of fantasy and magic. All my nieces and nephews like it, as well as my son. We have Harry Potter's Chamber of Secrets. This is 8 discs. Again, performance by Jim Dale. He's the person narrating the story. My family and I have seen all the movies, and all the movies were good. You could see them building up to a great climax in the stories. So I would recommend, if you have difficulty reading, get the discs or join Audible on
Or Libby.
or Libby and listen to the stories being told to you. This is The Prisoner of Azkaban, 10 discs. Again, Harry Potter story. Very well told by the same gentleman, Jim Dale, the performers and or narrator. The race to build and steal the most dangerous weapon. This is the story of building the atomic bomb, which in theory ended World War II. This is 6 discs. We have Lives of Extraordinary Women, written by Kathleen Crow, read by Melissa Hughes. Covers a lot of historic women here. We have Judy Blume reading her book, Double Fudge. This is 4 discs. Judy Blume reading her story, Super Fudge. This is 3 discs. Quite enjoyable. 17-disc Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter. Again, read by Jim Dale.
Dale.
Dale. Story of Temple Grandin. How she used her abilities, even though she's autistic, to help
Shut up.
to help uh, cattle and the processing of them in a more humane way. Complete and unabridged means there's no shortcuts. 3 complete discs. Oh, this felt like a Harry Potter book. 17 discs. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Deathly Hollows.
Deathly Hallows. Read by Jim Dale. You're right, Vinnie. It's not Dahl. I'm thinking of Roland Dahl. Lives of the Presidents. Fame and Shame. And What the Neighbors Thought. This is 3 discs, written by Kathleen Krull and read by John C. Brown. Judy Blume, reading her subsequent story, Fudge a Mania. I think Fudge was the boy's name.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they're working in a kitchen. Boys on the Boat, the true story of American team's epic journey to win gold in the 1936 Olympics. This is a 5-disc book read by Mark Bramhall and written by Daniel James Brown. Here we have Judy Blume reading, otherwise known as Sheila the Great, read by the author. 3 discs. It's a good afternoon's listen and read.
When you're done, can you get those VHS tapes and put them over here? Because I want to watch them tonight.
Yep. We have Voices from the Disaster. This is 4 discs.
You gotta show them the front. Because they
Is
can't
this-
see it.
What is this the story of, Vinnie?
Titanic.
Because you could tell there were 4 smokestacks. 3 of them worked, 1 was for show.
Yeah.
It didn't matter because they all wound up on the bottom of the ocean. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Read by Jim Dale. 7 discs.
And
You could tell these were the earlier ones because he even looks...
created by J.K. Rowling.
Yes, as a young... He even looks more to be a younger child than these earlier ones. And then Unstoppable, the story of Tim Green. Complete and unabridged, 6 compact discs.
Oh, is it
Narrated by the author.
Tim Green?
Yes. And 6 discs.
Yeah.
So this is a good read too, if you want to listen about inspiring events. Let's just take 3 at a time and I'll hand them off to you. What do you suggest? Some Scotty?
Yeah.
Scotty
And
Kilmore?
then the Expanse.
Yeah.
If you have to explain Scotty to the camera.
Yep. I'll narrate behind the scenes, but you don't have to have me on camera.
Yeah.
Scotty Kilmer is a mechanic that realized real early in the dawning of the internet that if he could get his ideas online, he could reach millions of people instead of just a couple of thousand. He had a couple of minute show on CBS when he was in downstate Illinois and talked about various things. But as the station moved on, he saw an opportunity to continue to talk about things that concerned him, whether it was junk cars, poor workmanship, decent cars and how to repair them, problems you have, and what you might be worried about if you're buying a particular car. So his videos have been watched 2 billion times, not by the same person, but people all over the world watch and listen, and it helps them understand what to look for and what to avoid when they're looking at purchasing or fixing a car. So that's what we'll be watching first. Yes, Vin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. want some of this?
No. Oops. What about this one?
Hertz stolen car sold by Carvana. Oh, this ought to be interesting.
Staff your W-2 and file Fed and...
Welcome once again to Leto's Law. Here's Steve Leto.
Every now and then a story pops up on my radar where it looks like somebody took several of my old videos and ran them through a blender and said, here you go, you like this, you like that, and you like this, how about all of them in one story? So the headline from the denverchannel.com, which is ABC7 out of Denver, Kevin, Phil, and Dick all sent this. Carvana needs to be stopped. Denver man says online car retailer sold him a stolen, damaged vehicle. So you immediately spotted Steve, Carvana. You've talked about them before. Yes, I have. Jacqueline Allen wrote the story. Denver man says Carvana, which of course is the online used car seller, sold him a stolen car with serious damage that he didn't discover until later. And of course, Carvana is all over the place right now. They even had an ad in the Super Bowl. And when this man saw the ad, he said, it was a sad commercial for me. I don't want anyone to experience this. So the Denver resident had wanted the hassle-free car buying experience that Carvana advertises. At first, I thought it was the most enjoyable car buying experience that I've had, he said. 7 months after he bought the vehicle, a repo truck hauled it out of the driveway. It's very embarrassing. Just the humiliation has been extremely painful. Police reports show the car had been stolen in Memphis 7 months before this man bought it from Carvana.
Oh boy. Think of
This
that,
was
man.
a Hertz rental
Buy
car
something.
that was at the Memphis airport and had been stolen, then somehow retitled in California.
That went into the forest?
Yeah,
He said, so there are multiple
Hang?
open titles.
I don't know yet. It's the story's coming up.
Hertz
Okay.
car that actually was stolen. We talked about Hertz cars and whether or not their cars are stolen when they report them as stolen. So somehow this car got stolen from Hertz, got taken to California, and a new title was issued for it somehow, and then it wound up in the Carvana system and sold to the guy in this story. He was able to get the car back, but then he found out the car was not only stolen, but also had sustained prior damage. So the attorney working on the case says, my theory is they discovered this during the inspection, and they decided, well, we'll
Okay.
just sell it anyways without disclosing it. And you recall that Carvana often advertises that if you get
Did you
the
show
car
this
and are
one yet?
happy with it, you can return it.
I'll show this one.
That plays into this. The vehicle condition report, by the way, from an inspection company,
While this is
detailed
going on,
wrinkled
don't forget
sheet metal, missing
Anne
bolts,
Frank's
and a
Tales
bad
from the
radiator.
Secret Annex.
The vehicle is considered a total loss
A
due to the
collection
previous
of
crash
some
damage.
of her short notes.
And the guy from
Of
the,
all the tragedy,
inspection company said you can't run it through an inspection
The goodness that
and
came
not
from this
notice
story
these problems.
is
It was
that
unsafe to drive.
they
I
were
was
able
shocked to
to
see that, but it's not the
hide
first
for
time I've
so
seen
long
damage like that on a Carvana car.
and able to
So the guy says he's seen
see
this
the
type of thing
defeat
before.
of
I said he's seen
Nazis.
4 to 5
Unfortunately,
Carvana cars
she
with serious
perished.
issues of
This
this
is
magnitude. I've noticed
5 discs.
that Carvana has a habit of shipping you the worst
and
car
it's
in
written
their
by Kathy
inventory.
Mazur.
And if you refuse that
Highly
in the
recommended.
5-day window, then they'll send you a better one. And he said, I've seen that 4 or 5 times in a row. And here's the thing. If you go into Carvana, they got all these cars listed.
What's on
And
tonight?
I was under the impression you picked an actual car and go, I want that car.
News shows that
But
we're
this
gonna be
guy's
watching.
saying, well, they've got a bunch of cars, and they got so many cars, that they'll have